Yo, what's going on everybody? It's Achi here, and we're going to be looking at Siege. Now I promise this is going to be like one of the last ones that we're going to be looking at for a little bit, so I can actually focus on making some other content for the game. But this is the most relevant, as Siege is the new 6-star on Rate Up. Finally, this is the banner I've been waiting for. It's an exciting banner. I don't think I'm really going to cover it because, like I said, I'm still trying to catch up in covering a lot of content for Arknights itself. But I thought it would be fitting, since we've been doing the 6-star, breakdowns, that we should look at Siege here. There's going to be a bangin' Vanguard at 6 stars. And of course, looking at our art E0, this is going to be like a lion tail. It's hard to tell right now, even though her hair is kind of like a mane. And then going straight into her E2. Now, I honestly think that this art is really badass with the 3 lions scarred up. This one's got like fucking something wrapping up its mouth. Her hammer's right there. This one, I don't know. It's got goggles. It's cool. It's cool. I really like the art. Siege honestly is not like a top waifu for me. I mean, she looks cool. I mean, look, let's be real. Siege is kind of cute, but like she's got nothing. Look at these stick legs. She's got no thighs. I don't know. Ain't for me. But looking at her skin now, we have another one from the military set here. I'm not sure if it's military, what exactly it is, but she looks dope. She's got these knee guards. I like her jacket. Now she only has one line, the nerd one, and I don't know. They're cat toys. She's got cat toys in there. It's probably not cat toys. I have no idea what it is. But yeah, there's her skin that she has out at the moment, or at the moment in the Chinese version. So this is a very exciting banner for me because we do have 2 Vanguards at least. I'm not remembering all the units, but I know we have at least 2 Vanguards on Rate Up. And Vanguard is going to be my favorite class, so just as a brief synopsis, Vanguard's primary job is going to be giving you more DP, so that way you can put out more units. That way you can put out some of your higher leveled units, your E2 6-stars, you know, the big boys, the ones that are going to have a really high cost, so that's primarily their goal. They also do a bit of damage. They can hold some units. They're basically meant to hold some lines for you early on until you start getting defenders out and you kind of have a good DP pool built up. Alright, it's very generic potentials here. At max trust, she's going to get 60 attack, 25 defense. Perfect. She's going to be holding some front lines early on. The attack's going to help as we get into her skills. Her first talent, King of Beasts, when at E2 with max potential. When deployed, all Vanguard operatives gain attack and defense plus 10%. So that's a great stat boost for your Vanguards. It's not really what's going to put her, you know, up at the top of your list or anything like that, but, you know, it's a great buff to have. It's definitely going to help out in a lot of early maps. And her second passive, Obliterate, which she's going to gain at E2. This will allow her to obtain 1 SP when an enemy dies within the adjacent 4 tiles, and you can see the range right here. Like it says, this means that Siege herself does not need to actually be the one who kills any enemies. It could be a sniper, it could be a mage, could be a defender. Literally anything, she's going to gain 1 SP. She's going to be great to help her rack up her skills, so that way she can continue to spam, continue to obtain more cost, and do, you know, the things that she wants to do. That's kind of a unique trait that makes her really great as a Vanguard. Then we're gonna glaze over the skills real quick. Let me fix this art. There we go. Much better. We're gonna start off with her stats here, which the only thing that matters is E2 at max level. She's gonna have max HP of 2251, attack power 515, defense of 384, no MR. We have a cost of 14, and she's going to block 2. Important to note here is that before she hits E1, she's only going to have a cost of 12. This is already considerably a little bit high on a Vanguard. Because like I said, a Vanguard is mostly meant to be put out. They're supposed to be low-cost units that are going to help rack you up DP. That way you have enough time to put out more units. So this is kind of the part that I don't like personally about Siege. Because once you get her up to E1, that's when her cost is going to go up to a whopping 14. It doesn't change from E1 to E2, which is great. But that's still a huge cost compared to a lot of other Vanguards. For example, when we're comparing to Texas here, she has a cost of 13 when she hits E1. That's 1 less, but you also have to factor in that 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, they're all going to be able to get their potential max out a lot easier than any 6-star unit ever will. So her cost is going to be a big con against her, but there are a couple of other operators that can help offset this little issue. We have our beautiful waifu, Texas. This is the one I actually want from the banner. Oh my god, she's so cute. One of her passives is going to be to obtain an additional 2, oh my gosh, this translation is going to be obtain an additional 2 cost on battle start. So when you start a battle, no matter what map, you're going to get an extra 2 DP. And Zima here is going to be a little different. She's going to reduce the deployment cost of all Vanguard operatives in the same team by 1. So one helps reduce her cost to 13, the other reduces it down to, well, not really reduces it, but helps offset the 14 cost. So if you don't have those units though, or you're not running them alongside Siege, She's going to be a little rough getting out, and some maps are going to be very punishing for having such a high cost on a Vanguard. But now, getting past that big hurdle, we're going to go ahead and compare these stats real quick with Texas right here. A max level at E2, her HP is going to be 1950, attack power 500, defense 343, same MR, one less cost as we've already talked about, and she's going to block the same amount. Taking a look back, the only real huge things that Siege herself is going to have over somebody like Texas and some of the other Vanguards, not all of them, is that she is going to be one of the tankier of the Vanguards, which is really good. You want to make sure that they can take hits and they can dish them out just as well. He only has about 15 attack more than Texas. This is not counting a max trust bonus, but I mean, not a really big deal, but she is going to be one of the tankiest Vanguards, as we can see here, comparing her to, you know, a similar 5-star. And not a whole lot more attack there, so at least stat-wise, it's nothing too wild as far as an upgrade for Siege. And finally, we can get into the bread and butter, which is her skills. Her first skill is going to be Assault Order type, that symbol again. It's just going to immediately obtain 12 costs. A lot of Vanguards are pretty much going to be either an auto-activation Vanguard, which is every few, well, however many seconds, 44 SP, they're going to gain cost, or they're going to gain some cost on kills. So at level 1, you're going to obtain 12 DP, as it's called in the game. And it's going to be an SP cost of 44, so a bit hefty there, a little bit hefty. At max level, this is going to still obtain the same amounts, but it's going to have the SP reduced, and this is also an auto trigger, so you just kind of have to let them sit there. Looking at our S2, we have Leaping Hammer, another auto trigger attack. The next attack deals 220% physical damage to all adjacent enemies. Additionally, obtain 3 DP, and you can hold 1 charge. So that means once it charges up once, you can hold 1 charge of that, and then it can start charging again. I believe. I honestly haven't worked a lot with charge skills yet, but I believe that's the only thing that would really make sense for that. You can see the range right here, and at level 2, this skill is now going to deal 340% physical damage instead of 220, so 120% boost there. It's still only going to give you the 3 DP, range stays the same. Now the cost is 10, and I don't know if I said it already, but SP cost at level 1 is 12, and now it's going to hold up to 3 charges. You know, on second thought, feel free to let me know what charges are exactly. I mean, I have no idea what charges are. I have a few units, and I ran some tests. I don't know what charges are, and they're all on auto trigger skills, so feel free to let me know. I'd appreciate it. And S3 is going to be Skull Crusher. This is going to be a manual trigger skill with a duration of 15 seconds. It's going to increase your attack interval by 1 second. Every attack deals 260% damage and has 40% chance to stun the target for 0.5 seconds. That's already a nutty skill just to hear that. SP cost of 30. So every attack is going to deal 260% damage and an increasing attack interval. These are always a little weirdly worded, but I do believe this means that it's going to increase her attack speed, and she's now going to deal this bonus damage every time with that 40% chance to stun. This is insane. We're going to take a look at max level. At max level, this is duration is now going to go up 10 seconds. It's going to be a total of 25 now. Going to deal 380% compared to the 260, so 120% damage boost. Still going to hold the same chance on the stun, but then the amounts for the stun, or the time that it lasts, is going to go up a whole second, which is enormous. A great ability, but this is going to be more of a situational one. This is going to be kind of like when we were talking about X's S2. This is going to be more like a boss killer. This is going to be, you know, only hitting one enemy for the most part. It's going to basically be wanting to be saved for big enemies, bosses, things of that nature, to keep them locked down. But it does an insane job of being able to stun and dealing an insane damage multiplier along with the attack speed up there. Overall, in most situations, I would say, me personally, I'm lazy. I love the S1s on a lot of these Vanguards where I don't actually have to do anything, they just have to sit. Her S2 is probably going to be the skill that you're going to want to use for the most part. It does a great amount of damage. It gives you 3 costs, 3 DP, holding the 3 charges. Couple that with the Obliterate, gaining all that SP. Right now, it is at an SP cost of 10. If you're killing enemies off, this is just going to speed that up that much faster. This is going to smack, it's going to hurt, and you're going to gain 3 DP every time it happens. This thing is insane. You should almost always take this, I feel. The skill 1's okay, and the skill 3, like I said, situational, more of like a boss killer, but that S2 is wild. She is excellent. So this about wraps up Siege's little breakdown here. Honestly, she is, I mean, like most of the 6 stars are going to be, they're going to have, you know, typically slightly higher stats. For the most part, you know, there is going to be a little bit of variable in there, but she's honestly really great. The only caveat being the fact that she is going to be at 14 cost at E1 and even 12 cost at E0, which is just, it is not good at E2. I mean, really you would want to pair her with Azima, and a Texas to bring that cost down, or at least allow yourself a little bit of leeway there. Honestly, I would try out maps with her when you have her to E1, to E2. That way you can see if the cost is going to be something that is going to become an issue, or if it's going to be okay. Honestly, a lot of the maps that I do, I feel like that would be a tight squeeze and a little bit of a problem. But I mean, besides that one little con, she's insane. This S2, the fact that it can proc so many times, it gives you the 3 DP, has a pretty high damage multiplier. Now, she's not going to be an insane killer or anything like that, but she can still bring enemies down a bit and give you that DP. She's great. She's an excellent Vanguard, definitely one of the best. She's not a must-have by any means, but even just at E1, she's going to perform exceptionally well with her skill 2. She's just going to need the extra skill levels into her kit. But I mean, the fact that she's one of few 6-stars that's actually going to work very well at E1 is just incredible. So I think that about wraps it up, and this is going to wrap up the last of the breakdowns, or at least the 6-star breakdowns for now. I do want to focus on a bit more of guide content and a few other things. I have a lot of ideas. It's great right now. Arknights has a lot of stuff to cover, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm still really enjoying the game, and I'm really enjoying doing all these videos. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.